Profit first isn't just about making money. I mean, obviously, we could all use more money, right? Anytime I ask somebody if the business paid them enough last year to support their personal dreams, usually the answer is no, because obviously we could all use more money. But the reality is, if you think that profit first is just about putting money in bank accounts, you're kind of missing the entire purpose and how powerful this cash flow system really is. So that's what we're going to be talking about today in this video. Profit first isn't just about making money. It's actually about giving you choice so that you have freedom to do what you want to do. When I look at what actually changes for business owners once they install Profit First, it usually comes down to three things. Number one, they get out of reaction mode. Most business owners are always reacting, right? Think about the situations that are always coming up in your business. You're reacting to cash flow surprises. You're reacting to tax bills that you didn't expect. Taxes. That's something I'll do next year. By using that line this year, come next year, you're going to be reacting to whatever the tax bill is, right? You're reacting to payroll stress. Payroll is due next week. I don't know if I have the money to pay it, right? Or how much do I have to pay? What if my employees worked extra hours this time? Do I have enough money to cover those extra hours? You're always reacting to things that have already happened, right? And that's what we're trying to avoid. We're trying to get you out of reacting and put you into the proactive decision-making side of things so that you don't feel so much emotional stress. And the second thing that Profit First does is that it tells your money what its job is before you actually go to spend it. So that at its core, yes, I understand it's a very simple thing, but this action is very powerful because you're telling your money before you even go to spend it, this is what I need you to do in order to support my business, which in turn means in order to support me, the owner, right? This goes for taxes, this much goes to payroll, this much goes to the operating expenses, this much goes to paying me, and definitely this much goes to my profit, which is my reward for owning my business in the first place. Profit is not an afterthought. It's a habit that is created strategically every single month that you're living your business. And that profit is meant to make sure that you, the owner, get a reward because you're the one spending all those sleepless nights. You're the one working the extra hours. Even if you have an amazing team behind you that's doing the work for you, they don't think about your business the same way you do. They might do the work, but then you have to come in the back end and make sure it's done correctly. You might still be the face of your business, right? You're the one talking to clients. So for as amazing as your team is, you still are the one that is taking 100% of the risk in owning this business. That's what your profit is for. So installing the Profit First cash flow system into your business, it's not about chasing money. It's about telling your money what it needs to do so that you can intentionally make decisions to give you more choice. And the third thing that Profit First does when it's installed in your business is that it turns big decisions into planned decisions. Let's talk about hiring. When was the last time you did a big hire? Usually, and I've even done this myself, my very first hire that I did a few years ago, I will admit, it wasn't because I planned for it to happen. It's because I got so overwhelmed and I got tired of working 10-hour days, 7 days a week, that I felt like I was drowning in the workload. So I went and hired somebody. My behavior was, I'm drowning, I'm overwhelmed, I panicked, and I did a hire. And at that time, I wasn't sure if my business could afford it or not. I mean, obviously, I've installed the Profit First system since then, so I know where I'm at now. But a few years ago, prior to using this cash flow system, I didn't. So Profit First gives you those big decisions and it puts them into a planned place of action so that you know exactly where your business is going to go. So that instead of hiring out of panic and out of desperation, we decide intentionally, I want my business to do this. And in order to get there, I'm going to need to hire. So we start planning for it ahead of time, right? So essentially we are reverse engineering our big goal, right? And I talk about this a lot too, and you'll probably hear it in other videos. But essentially when I'm talking to clients and I start asking them questions about what do you want your business to do for you? 9 times out of 10, they give me a big goal. And then I reverse engineer it into baby steps so that we can do steps along the way to make it happen. And all I do is align the money. And I do that using the Profit First methodologies. And honestly, decisions like this show up all the time. Just the other day, I was talking to a prospective client and I was explaining to her after she had asked me, she's like, okay, this is what problem I need solved. She said, and I know that you're the person to help me because I've been following you for a while. Awesome. So we finally had a one-to-one where we talked about exactly how I can help her. And I mentioned to her during the conversation, I'm like, okay, so in order to bring me on to help you solve this problem, it's going to cost X amount of dollars. And immediately I could see her body language change a little bit and she got a little upright and she's like, I don't think she expected it to be that particular number. So then I came back to her and I said, how much can you afford? And she literally said to me, that's just it. I don't know. That in itself is the power. That's the choice. That's the freedom. When you don't know what your numbers are doing for you, when they're not making sense, when you don't understand where your money's all going, every single time you're looking at your bank accounts, you can't answer a simple question of how much can I afford? So that's what Profit First is doing psychologically. Yes, again, we're moving money. We figure out the percentages and we move it along. But psychologically, what it's doing is it's giving you confidence and it's giving you clarity around your numbers. And changes can't be made if you don't have clarity. That's just the way it is. So once you become aware of where the clarity needs to happen, and then you get that clarity, then you can take your course of action so that it changes to give you more choice at the end of the day. So it's not just about making money. It is, but it's actually about supporting your life rather than just consuming it all, right? So if you found this video helpful, my name is Janet Mercredi. I'm your Profitable CFO. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel because, again, on this channel, we talk about all the money stuff that most Canadian small business owners were never taught. And I'll catch you in the next video.